Slaves. At the absolute bottom of the Roman social ladder were the slaves. They were considered property, not people, and had no legal rights. Slaves were often prisoners of war, captured pirates, or people born into servitude. Their lives varied dramatically. Some endured brutal labor in mines or on large agricultural estates, while others, particularly educated Greeks, could live in relative comfort as tutors, scribes, or administrators in a wealthy household. Though they powered much of the Roman economy, they were entirely at the mercy of their masters. Plebeians. The plebeians were the common freeborn citizens of Rome. This was a vast and diverse class, including everything from small-scale farmers and shopkeepers to laborers and artisans. While they were citizens with the right to vote in certain assemblies, they held little real political power for much of Roman history. They were the backbone of the city and the army, the ordinary people who filled the legions and the stands of the Colosseum. Their main concerns were often bread and circuses, the free grain and public entertainment provided by the state to keep them content. Equites. Ranked between the common people and the senatorial elite were the Equites, or the equestrian class. Originally the cavalry of the early Roman army, they evolved into a wealthy business class of merchants, bankers, and public contractors. To qualify, a man had to possess a certain high level of wealth. They were barred from the most prestigious political offices, but held immense economic power, often serving as tax collectors and provincial administrators, managing the financial machinery of the empire. They were the powerful Roman middle class, defined by wealth rather than birth. Patricians. The patricians were the old, aristocratic elite of Rome, the members of the original founding families. During the early Republic, they held a monopoly on all political and religious offices. While their exclusive hold on power was eventually challenged by the plebeians, the patrician families always retained an immense level of prestige and social status. To be a patrician was to have a famous name and a lineage that stretched back to the founding of Rome itself, a source of immense pride and influence. Senators. The Senate was the most powerful governing body for most of Roman history, and its members were the elite of the elite. To become a senator, a man had to be a wealthy landowner and have held a series of elected political offices known as the cursus honorum. Senators were responsible for finances, foreign policy, and governing the provinces. During the Republic, the Senate was the supreme authority. Under the emperors, it gradually lost its political power, but always remained the most prestigious and influential social club in the world. Governors. As Rome expanded, it was the provincial governors who ruled its vast territories in the emperor's name. These men were almost always ex-consuls or ex-praetors, senior senators appointed to a province for a set term. A governorship was the peak of a senator's career, granting them almost absolute power over millions of people. They commanded legions, administered justice, and collected taxes. It was a position of immense responsibility, and for many, an opportunity to acquire incredible personal wealth. Legate. The legate was the highest-ranking commander of a Roman legion. Personally appointed by the emperor, a legate was a senator who commanded a force of nearly 5,000 elite soldiers. He was responsible for the legion's discipline, training, and performance in battle, making it one of the most important military positions in the empire. Below him were the military tribunes and the famous centurions, but the legate was the ultimate authority, the man who led Rome's armies to victory on its frontiers. The consul. During the Republic, the two consuls were the most powerful men in Rome, the joint heads of state elected for a one-year term. They commanded the armies, presided over the Senate, and had the power to veto each other's actions. Being elected consul was the ultimate ambition of every Roman politician. Under the empire, the position lost its real political power and became more of an honorary title. a prestigious prize awarded by the emperor to his most favored senators to mark them as men of the highest status. Emperor. At the very top of the hierarchy was the emperor, the absolute ruler of the entire Roman world. His power was based on his command of the army. The title imperator originally meant commander. He was the supreme judge, the source of all law, and over time was often worshipped as a god. The emperor's authority was nearly absolute, and his decisions could shape the lives of tens of millions of people from Britain to Mesopotamia. He was, for all intents and purposes, the most powerful man on earth. Thanks for watching. Which topic would you like me to cover next? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed.